Good morning everyone, welcome back to our leveling series. In the previous episode, we just finished Kvaris and now we are about to move on to the Stia region. But before we continue on with the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is, yes, I have explored all of Kvaris, so I have unlocked all of the different Ryukyu devices as well as all the cocoons in order to get the additional 9 skill points. That is the bare minimum that you guys should do. Make sure that you get your 9 skill points before moving on to the next region, because those skill points are really going to help you out a lot. The next thing I want to remind everyone is to make sure to collect your valuables, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably hurting for Meseta pretty badly right now because, well, upgrading costs a ton of Meseta, and you don't really get that much Meseta from doing the main storyline. So what I'm going to do now before I head over to the next story is I'm actually going to collect all of the valuables, which I covered in yesterday's video. But if you missed that part, the TLDR is there is a bunch of valuables over here that'll give you a bunch of Meseta. There's a bunch of valuables in Aleo up here, alpha reactors down here as well as over here, and then there's a bunch of Stellar Graces right above Sangam Mountain Road, and it's important that you pick them up every single day because they do respawn at daily reset every single day. But I'm just going to show you where all of them are right now so that you know where to pick them up next time that you play. So the very first thing is you are going to teleport to Mistra Woods North over here. There is going to be a hoverboard that you can pick up or a snowboard, and immediately you're just going to go straight down. So over here you can see there's a bunch of wildlife and there's a bunch of boxes, but we are going to ignore all of them because we are here for the money. And these are the ores that you're looking for right here. You see these snolls, you literally just run them over and they will break and they will give you money. Now they will automatically go into your material storage first, so you will have to manually sell them afterwards. But at least it auto collects simply by breaking them. So we are simply just going to go around here, collect all of the different snolls. As you can see, this is free money. I believe they're worth 3,500 each. We're going to double check that in a second. And as you can see, a little bit more snolls over here. Bang, bang, bang. And that's literally it. You just do what I just did every single day. It takes less than 10 seconds and you're done. Then we're going to move over to Aleo to Halpha Plains West over here. And once you arrive at Halpha Plains West, you're going to do a 180 and you're going to run towards this cliff over here. And there are going to be a bunch of alpha reactors right at the cliff face. So once we arrive at the cliff face, you can see there's a bunch of alpha reactors right here that we can simply pick up. Now remember, you can always use the active sonar setting and tick valuable items. Then your little mag device is actually going to scan for them. As you can see, it's showing you where they are. So you simply just pick them up. And just to make sure that you picked all of them up when you're running around, oh no, I missed one. So you see, it's scanned over here. So there's one more right here, and voila. Let's just get rid of that little pesky mob. And next up, we are going to move down here because there's another area. There's actually 3 areas in Aleo that spawn valuable items. So we're going to start heading towards the next one. While we are doing that, I'm actually going to show you the material storage. So as you can see over here, this is the alpha reactor, which you can sell for 3,500 each, and you get 10 every single day. Very nice. As for the snolls, you also get 10 every single day, another 3,500 each. So that's already 70,000 Meseta just from those 2 items alone. And then we also have the stellar fragments in Retem, which sells for a little bit less. I believe those sell for 2,500 each instead of 3,500 because they are much easier to find. They're literally like right above you. So as you can see over here, our scanner's not scanning for anything else, so there was only 2 alpha reactors there. Then the last point is all the way up here to the Halpha Plains North, and once we are here, we're simply just going to run forward over here. And again, if you have your scanner activated, it's going to scan for them, but they're pretty obvious. It's really hard to miss because they're like literally right in front of you. As you can see, these golden alpha reactors are sitting right here, so you just make sure that you pick them up. So there we go, we picked up all of the alpha reactors. So the last place that we need to go is the Sangam Mountain Road East in Retem. And once you arrive here, you are literally going to look straight up and you can see these little crystals are floating over here. These are called Stella fragments and they are worth 2,500 each. There's 10 of them, so this is going to be a little bit of a test of your parkouring ability, but it's well worth it. You know, you just jump around, you make sure that you pick up all 10 of these Stella fragments, and voila, we have collected all 10 Stella fragments. Now the reason why I have 11 was because I had one sitting around before. Same with the alpha reactors, you get 10 every single day. However, I've done it a couple days already, which is why I have 21. And if we scroll down here, the snolls, you also get 10 every single day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to Retem City over here. As you can see, there's a concert going on. So if there is a concert, I do recommend you guys to participate in it, because you do get a rare drop rate, EXP boost, as well as a Meseta boost for just participating or just being in town when a concert happens. You don't have to do it in Ritem, by the way. You can be in Kvaris, you can be in Alio, you can be in any of the cities. As long as the concert is playing and you're in town before the concert ends, you will get the buff. But you have to stay until the concert ends. You can't just pop into town and then leave and be like, oh yeah, I participated. You won't get the buff. You only get the buff after the concert ends. And as you're about to see, the concert's just about to end and I'm about to get this buff. And boom, concert buff is now in effect. As you can see, when I go to personal character information, you see now I have an EXP and Meseta earned, as well as rare drop rate plus 10%. So this is what we call the concert buff. It lasts for 2 hours. It's really good. But now to show you how much Meseta we actually earn every single day by collecting those valuables. So first of all, I'm going to store all of my Meseta into my storage over here. So I'm going to deposit all my Meseta. So now you can see that I have 0 Meseta, right? Then we're going to sell the valuables that we picked up today. So we picked up 10 alpha reactors. Boom. So we're going to sell that for 35,000. We're going to sell 10 of our Stellar fragments, which goes for 20,000. And then we're going to sell 10 of our Snolls, which is another 35,000. So just like that, we made 90,000 Meseta in literally less than 5 minutes. So I highly recommend that you go collect all of your valuables every single day, especially if you're hurting for Meseta. 90,000 Meseta, especially in the early game where we are right now, is a very big deal. So it's very important that you collect all your valuables every single day, because this is going to smooth out your leveling experience, smooth out your gearing up progression because of all of this money. Now, another thing to point out is in the Kvaris region, if you've been hunting all of those red boxes, you actually get a free set of armor. So it's a good idea to actually hunt down all of the red boxes in the Kvaris region if you want. However, if you just want to beeline the storyline, it's perfectly fine, because you're going to get a new set of armor in the Stia region, which is superior to the ones that you get in Kvaris, and it's actually considered quote-unquote endgame armor. I'm still using the armor that we got for free in Stia on my main character on ship 2. So it's a very solid piece of armor, and I will show you where you get all of them once we get to the Stia region. Alright, with all of that said and done, I am just going to continue to beeline the story right now. So a new battle begins. Again, we're just going to follow the yellow marker, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, before we head into the Stia region, we're going to get another task where it is talk to Guiden, and again, we're going to get a huge chunk of EXP. As you can see right now, I am currently level 50 from just beelining the storyline. We are going to talk to Guiden, and his quest over here is going to give us a whopping 9 million EXP. This is ridiculous, but it's okay, whatever. We're gonna accept it. We're gonna take the massive amount of EXP and level up incredibly fast. So once you accept the task, you're simply going to turn around and you're going to find the NPC. As you can see, there's just got a little check mark on her thing, as well as a little indicator right here. So we're simply going to talk to her, and boom, we received our 9 million EXP. And we are currently level 58 now, which is pretty amazing. By the way, don't mind the Eggman over here. It's because we have the Sonic collaboration going on right now, which is why Eggman is here, and Knuckles, and yeah, we've got the whole Sonic cast here. Pretty cool. Alright, once that is done, again, we're going to press escape, go to task and quest over here, go to task, and then go back to main quest, because it's going to automatically start tracking a side quest. We don't want that. We want to go to the main quest over here. So as you can see here, talk to Manon on the coast. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. And we are level 58 because of that 9 million EXP. Now, don't forget to allocate those 9 extra points that we got in the Kvaris region if you haven't done so already. And once you've allocated all 38 of your points on both your subclass and your main class, your battle power should be at around 2,369, like what mine is right now. And yeah, we're ready to move on to the Stia region. So again, we're just going to follow the yellow marker, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, some of you guys may be struggling with Nils Stia when you first fight him. It's actually pretty easy. There is a strategy to this boss, so you do need to break his legs first. After you break 2 of his legs, he's actually going to expose a weak spot, which we're going to be able to hit afterwards. So yeah, I'm just going to fast forward this so that you actually see when I actually get to the mechanics. But for now, all you need to do is just hit the legs. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. So that's 1 leg down. As you can see, he's lost his armor. So we're just going to hit the next leg. Now there's a bomb over there. If the NPCs turn it into an ice bomb, it'll turn blue and you'll be able to pick it up and throw it at the boss if he does it. But since I'm a braver, I don't have any ice attacks, so I can't turn it into an ice cube. But there we go, you know, we broke 2 of his legs, so it's exposed its weak spot at the top, so we can do massive damage. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to break the 2 back legs. You can see that Manon's turned all these into ice. So when they've turned into ice, you can actually throw them at the boss. Now, if you do have access to techniques because you're playing like a force or a bouncer, just make sure to use the ice techniques on the boss whenever he summons any pillars or any red bombs, and you'll be able to turn them into ice bombs and throw them back at the boss. But if you're like me and you're braver or just like a regular physical class that doesn't have access to techniques, again, just focus on the legs, easy peasy. And once you break the last 2 legs, he's gonna stun himself again. And we're about to see that happen pretty soon, right there, boom. So now, again, we just beat up the weak spot, and that's pretty much it. It's a very straightforward fight, but you need to know the tactics or the strategy, or else you might end up whacking the boss forever. And there we go, we completed it. Alright, once you have defeated that boss, you have completed the Stia region. However, I know for a fact a lot of people might struggle with that boss fight or just that segment of the story. As you can see, I was still able to do it with my Hextra Katana with just Might 2, as well as still using the beginner armors. However, it was a little bit more challenging as I could only take like 2 to 3 hits before I would die, and my damage was a little bit on the lower side. So if you are getting stuck on that last story quest, I highly recommend that you break 3 specific red boxes in the Stia region. As you can see over here, I have highlighted 3 specific red boxes. There's one down here on the bottom left, which actually gives you an Ephetus Arga. There's an Ephetus Belta over here in the blue one, and there's an Ephetus Sheza over here. Now, these armors that you get from the red boxes are significantly better than our starter armor. As I said earlier in the video, I am still using these armors on my ship 2 main character. They are very, very good armors, and you get them for free just by breaking those 3 red boxes. If you have trouble finding them, even though you're looking at the map, I have a video linked in the description below that shows you as I literally walk you through it step by step on where to find all of them. But make sure that you actually pick these 3 armors up, mainly because they are augmented. That is the key thing. First of all, the armor is going to be enhanced to plus 50 already, so that's a huge plus. It's going to give you a whopping 90 defense. However, on top of that, it's already augmented. It has Might 4, Triple Bolt, Ultra Credit 3, and Mastery 4. So that actually gives you a whopping 13.1% potency on your armor alone. Now, do keep in mind you will only get 1 copy of this red one, which is the Arga variant. You'll get 1 copy of the blue one, which is called the Belta, and you will get 1 copy of the yellow one, which is the Sheza. Now, these 3 armors are free and they are very, very good, so please make sure to take advantage of these free armors, mainly because, again, they are fully augmented, they are enhanced to 50, and they are free. You just need to find the red box and break it, and you're done. Very, very simple. So if you are having a lot of trouble in the Stia storyline, make sure to find all 3 of these armors and equip them. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, let's say you equip the 3 armors and you're like, Karo, I'm dying because I'm not killing the enemies fast enough. I don't have enough damage. If that is the case, you can get a free weapon series by coming over here to the Ordinal Tower. The Ordinal Tower is located in Aelio, so you're going to have to come back to Aelio. You're going to teleport to South Aelio and run down over here under this waterfall. There's going to be a waterfall right here, and you're going to find the Ordinal Tower. Now, at the very beginning, you have to clear rank 1 and work your way up all the way to rank 7. Now, the level of the mobs are gradually going to increase. At level 1, all of the mobs are going to be level 15. It's going to be very easy. So you're going to do that because you get 10 arms refiners by completing this. Once you complete that, you're going to do rank 2, which is level 20 enemies, and you're going to notice over here that you get an Ephetus Armor Arga. And now you might be asking, Karo, you just told me to find those 3 red boxes, but I get the armor right here by defeating level 20 enemies. Why can't I just do this instead? The issue here is these armors are not augmented and they're not enhanced to plus 50. But what you're going to do is you're going to simply progress through all the different levels, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, and finally level 7. And once you complete level 7, you're actually going to get rewarded a new weapon series. So as you can see over here, I have completed this already on my Braver because this is a one-time thing on your account. But as you can see over here, clear the Trainia Advanced Bunker Type 2 Ordinal Tower rank 7 or higher as a Braver with a score of 12,000 or higher. Once you complete that, first of all, you get a title called Fencer, and then you get your Obsidian Katana enhanced to 40, as well as an Obsidian Bow enhanced to 40. The Obsidian weapon that we get from completing the Ordinal Tower, again, remember, you can get this for free by just completing stage 7, is going to give you a whopping 285 damage increase over the current weapon that I'm using, which is the starter weapon. So if you're really struggling in the Stia region because of lack of damage, make sure to complete the Ordinal Tower rank 7 so that you can get your free Obsidian weapon, and it's going going to carry you really hard, because the Obsidian weapon is a 7-star rarity weapon at enhancement 40 and also has a bunch of augments on it already. So now I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably asking, Karo, you just told us how to get all these free armors and free weapons. Why haven't you done it yourself? Well, the thing about those armors and weapons is it is a one-time thing per account. And since I already did all of those things on my main character on ship 2, I can't redeem those benefits again on ship 1. So unfortunately, I need to resort to plan B. However, I think plan B is still a very good alternative, and the alternative is I need to try to hit level 70 ASAP. And what I'm going to do once I hit level 70 is I'm actually going to come over here to the architectural researcher. This is actually for the creative spaces, but they have an exchange Genesis point shop over here, which is going to carry my butt. Because if we scroll all the way down here, there are Ajax armors. Ajax armors are slightly better than the other armors that we just got for free, but there is a problem with the Ajax armors, and that is, of course, they are not augmented and they're not enhanced. So that is a major downfall since we don't have a lot of Meseta. However, I will be showing everyone what I am planning to do as a budget build so that we can keep costs low because we don't have a lot of Meseta. And the second thing we're going to be buying is the 5 Aegis Integras over here in order to get our 8-star rarity weapon, which is better than the free Obsidian weapons that I just showcased. So in order to buy all 3 Ajax armors as well as 5 of the Aegis Integras, you can see it only costs 950 points. By just completing the creative space tutorial, you're actually going to have quite a lot of points. If you do the entire tutorial, you have like 60,000 points or something. So spending 950 points for better gear is going to be very, very easy. Now there is a catch here. You need to be level 70 to equip the armor. I'm currently level 66, so I'm not going to buy the armor yet. And then as for the 5 Aegis Integras, we're going to bring them over to the item trader over here. And after we talk to him, we're going to go to the Aegis Integra exchange. And once you're in this menu right here, we can scroll down to the katana. You can see you can exchange 5 Aegis Integras for the Neo Astron Katana, which is an 8-star rarity weapon and has a metric butt ton of damage. And you can exchange any Neo A weapon that you want over here. So you're not limited to a katana. You can pick any weapon, so regardless of what class you're playing, they have you covered. So that's what I'm going to do the moment I hit level 70. I'm going to gain a huge DPS increase as well as a lot of defenses. Well, that being said, let us continue on with the story and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Alright, so now that I've completed the story up to the Battle of Halfia Lake, this quest is going to be a little bit challenging and we're going to need a little bit of gear. So if you do have all of that gear already that I mentioned earlier, you know, you broke all the red boxes, you have those armors, and you have the Obsidian weapon, then you should be good to go to continue on with the Battle of Halfia Lake. However, if you're like me and you don't have that gear and you're still using the beginner gear that we used at the very beginning of the story, we need to get to level 70 somehow in order to upgrade all of our gear. So this is where we come back to Stia. As you can see in Stia, there are a bunch of side quests right here. As you can see, you know, they've got all those little symbols on their head. And what we're going to do is we are going to speed run all of these quests until we hit level 70. And once we hit level 70, we're going to pick up all of that gear that I mentioned earlier, superpower ourselves, and then we're going to blast through the storyline super easily. But that concludes the Stia region. Stay tuned for the next episode where we go to La Ciel. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.